What's up, champs? Welcome back to the channel. Let's jump straight into today's MMA news. After his loss at UFC Qatar, Dan Hooker finally broke his silence and addressed the defeat with a mix of honesty and humor. Instead of releasing a serious statement, he posted a lighthearted video that showed he's still able to laugh at himself and the situation. In the clip, someone off-camera asked Dan about his future goals, and he immediately leaned into the moment with his trademark sarcasm. He said that sometimes you have to face a cold, hard truth. And for him, that truth is that he's probably never going to get his hands on a UFC title. He didn't say it with bitterness or frustration, but with that classic Dan Hooker delivery, almost turning the moment into a punchline. Then, he added that even if he's not destined to become champion, he's going to hang around the sport for as long as he possibly can. Dan made it clear that if he's still competing, he's not just here to participate. He wants to ruin as many fighters' hopes and dreams as possible along the way. If he can't have nice things, then nobody else should either. The way he said it, with a smirk and a raise of his drink, made the whole moment feel more like a comedy sketch than a post-loss reflection. He ended by lifting his glass and offering a simple cheers, embracing the chaos and showing that even after a tough night, he's still got that same spirit and attitude fans love him for. Before we continue, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Moving on to another news. What's next for Arman? Following his impressive UFC win has become a major point of discussion. Ilia has repeatedly dismissed the idea of fighting Arman next, but after UFC Qatar, it's getting harder for him to ignore the pressure. Not only did Arman extend his winning streak to 5, he dominated from start to finish and secured a clean submission win over Dan Hooker. Arman opened the fight with his usual forward pressure, mixing sharp punches with level changes to keep Hooker reacting. Every exchange pushed the pace higher, and when the fight hit the canvas for the final grappling sequence, Arman methodically advanced his position until he locked in an arm triangle choke. Once he squeezed, it was only a matter of seconds before the referee stepped in. In his post-fight interview, Arman wasted no time calling out Ilia again. He made it clear he'd be ready to fight as early as January, telling the UFC he was healthy, in shape, and willing to step in for a title fight. But the big question now is whether the UFC will go in that direction. Ilia has continued to shoot down the matchup publicly, insisting he wants different fights and claiming Arman hasn't done enough to earn a shot at him. Still, momentum is shifting. Fans, analysts, and even fighters are beginning to argue that Arman has earned his opportunity through consistent performances, dominant wins, and a style that seems tailor-made to challenge Ilia. Promotionally, it also makes sense. With the lightweight and featherweight divisions constantly evolving, the UFC often capitalizes on fighters who create buzz, and Arman is doing exactly that. His win over Hooker showcased his growth, composure, and finishing ability, reinforcing that he's not just a contender, but a legitimate threat to anyone ranked above him. Whether Ilia wants the fight or not, the narrative is already forming around them. Right now, all eyes are on the UFC matchmakers. If Ilia stays firm on avoiding Arman, the promotion may still lean toward booking it simply because the timing, rankings, and fan interest align perfectly. And if Arman keeps winning with the same intensity, it's only going to get harder for anyone to deny him. Moving on to another news. Khamzat shared his thoughts after watching Arman's latest performance and made it clear he believes Arman has earned a title shot. During a backstage interview, Khamzat said Arman's performance was crazy, and the way he dominated from start to finish showed exactly why he deserves the next championship opportunity. He explained that he already expected the finish, but wanted to see how Arman would handle the pressure, and the result didn't surprise him at all. Khamzat went on to say that Arman's work inside the cage speaks for itself. The pressure, the pace, the control, and the confidence all stood out to him. He said he wasn't shocked by anything Arman did because he already knew how skilled and dangerous he was. He mentioned that people shouldn't downplay the win or act surprised because Arman has been proving himself for a long time with consistent, high-level performances. As Khamzat continued, he praised Arman's mindset and called him the best in the division. He even said Arman feels like the real champion already, describing him as one of the best fighters in the entire world. According to Khamzat, there shouldn't be any debate about rankings or positioning anymore. Arman has put in the work, beaten top competition and shown improvement every time he steps into the octagon. For Khamzat, the path is clear. Arman shouldn't have to wait for anyone, and he shouldn't be pushed aside for other matchups or promotional plans. He emphasized that Arman is ready right now, and the UFC should give him the title fight next. In Khamzat's eyes, Arman has earned it through performance, consistency, and pure skill, and it's finally time for him to get the opportunity he deserves. Moving on to another news, Ian Garry sparked fresh conversation in the MMA world when he revealed that he plans to train with Ilia while he's in Georgia, especially as he prepares for a potential showdown with Islam. Ian said he has already spoken to Ilia and the team at WOW, and he would love to head back to Madrid and work with them. He believes Ilia and the Georgian fighters can help him sharpen the exact skills he needs to shut down Islam's wrestling and takedowns. Ian even added that together, they're going to stop the Russians and Dagestanis from having any more success. And his goal is to take Islam's head clean off his shoulders. Ian explained that working with Ilia's team would give him insights into defending chain wrestling, scrambling with high-level grapplers, and neutralizing Islam's pressure-heavy style. He said that if he can prepare with athletes who understand that style better than anyone, he'll be fully ready for whatever Islam brings. But the big question is whether the UFC will go in that direction. Ian isn't far removed from his loss to Shavkat Rakhmonov, while the undefeated Michael Morales is on a major rise. Morales is coming off a highlight reel stoppage win over Sean Brady and has finished his last 3 opponents, looking sharper every time. Garry, meanwhile, has gone to the scorecards in 5 straight wins, which may not give him the same level of momentum in the eyes of the matchmakers. Ultimately, much of this depends on what Islam wants to do next and whether the rumored super fight with Ilia actually materializes. Adding to the mix, Islam recently ended JDM's title reign and said afterward that he believes Kamaru Usman is the most deserving contender. Usman is currently ranked number 8 and snapped a 3-fight losing streak with a decision win over Joaquin Buckley in June. With so many moving parts, the UFC has several options, but Ian's plan to train with Ilia has definitely added more intrigue to the conversation. Moving on to another news, Arman used the UFC Qatar post-fight press conference to send a direct message to Ilia, making it clear he believes the champion should either defend the belt against him or step aside. Arman said Ilia had claimed he would vacate the title if the UFC tried to give him Arman. So Arman fired back by saying that if Ilia truly feels that way, then he should leave the title right now and let a real fighter step in. Arman explained that he doesn't look for easy fights, never has, and never will. He said he is ready for anybody the UFC puts in front of him, and the matchmakers know he's always open to tough matchups. Arman added that Ilia avoids mentioning his name publicly, but deep down, Ilia knows exactly who the #1 guy is. Arman said he is the real fighter in the division, and he's proven that through his consistency, toughness, and willingness to fight anyone. He made it clear that Ilia's silence doesn't change the reality. Arman is next, and Ilia has to deal with it sooner or later. Right after the press conference, Arman jumped on Twitter to once again call out Ilia while also showing respect to Dan Hooker. He wrote, "Me versus Ilia is the best fight to make across any division. No more running, El Pato. Respect to Dan Hooker for taking the fight. He has bigger balls than the champ of the division." From a merit-based standpoint, it's hard to argue against Arman's position. He entered the weekend as the #1 contender, and with another strong win added to his streak, he'll remain in that same spot on Monday. His performances, his ranking, and his momentum all point in the same direction. Arman has earned the shot, and now the pressure shifts straight onto Ilia and the UFC to decide what happens next. Moving on to another news, things have heated up once again between Ilia and Arman, and this time Ilia decided to fire back by releasing brand new footage from their run-in in Qatar. Earlier in the video, we mentioned how Arman had been calling out Ilia during his post-fight interviews after UFC Qatar, making it clear he wants that fight next. Well, Ilia responded this morning in a way that instantly grabbed the MMA world's attention. He posted a short clip showing the moment he and Arman crossed paths backstage. In the footage, Ilia can be seen lightly slapping Arman on the neck as they passed each other. Along with the video, Ilia wrote a message calling out Arman for never saying anything to his face. He said that every time they meet, Arman freezes up like a scared duck with no idea what to do. Ilia claimed he handles Arman however he wants and made it clear that he fights whoever the UFC chooses, not whoever calls him out. He also reminded Arman that he slapped him and Arman just laughed, only to go online later acting like a gangster. Ilia ended by telling him to keep going because he's on the right path, just several levels below him. Arman didn't waste any time responding. He took to X and said that Ilia touching his neck was more like a pose for a family photo than a slap. He said the clip speaks for itself and that Ilia's insecurities are even clearer. Arman added that he doesn't need to act tough online because his real work happens inside the cage. Then, he sent a final message to Ilia, saying that if he wants to feel a real slap, he'll be more than happy to teach him. With both fighters trading shots publicly and now sharing footage, the rivalry has escalated to a whole new level, and fans are more eager than ever to see them settle it in the octagon. Moving on to another news, Khamzat has finally broken his silence on the heated altercation with Ian Garry after UFC Qatar. The clash happened backstage right after Ian's fight with Belal Muhammad. Ian was walking through the area when he ran into both Arman and Khamzat. At first, Ian approached them in a friendly way, telling people that Khamzat wasn't going to fight him and everything was good, but Khamzat stared him down like a wolf ready to pounce. When Ian stepped closer, asking why Khamzat seemed aggressive, Khamzat suddenly snapped and shoved him, creating a moment of chaos that was caught on camera. Right after the incident, Khamzat addressed it at the press conference. According to him, Ian had slapped him on the back too aggressively and wasn't being respectful. Khamzat said that if someone wants to show respect, they should do it properly and not hit someone on the back like they're trying to make a scene. He also added that Ian was trying to create hype for himself and act like Conor, but insisted Ian will never be on that level. Ian also spoke about the altercation in his own press conference. He said that the whole thing was blown out of proportion and that he was simply congratulating Arman on his win. After that, he greeted Khamzat by saying, "Hey champ, what's up? When are we going to see you back?" Ian claimed Khamzat responded normally at first, even patting him on the back. Then security stepped between them, and out of nowhere, Khamzat tried to shove him. Ian said he turned around and told Khamzat he was supposed to be a champion, but was acting like a child, taking attention away from Arman's victory and trying to steal headlines. Before leaving, Ian added that he'll get Khamzat one day. Despite all the drama, a fight between them seems very unlikely. Ian is climbing the welterweight ranks, while Khamzat is now the middleweight champion and has no interest in cutting back down. If they ever end up in the same division, it would be far in the future. For now, the tension will remain just that, tension, with both fighters moving in completely different directions.